Hello everyone, welcome back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review. Before me now I have issue number 101, the Bajoran freighter, seen on Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. Of course, variations of this ship have appeared in various other shows, including Enterprise, Voyager, etc., albeit with modifications, different paint jobs, etc. But variations of it have appeared in other shows as different races. But here it is the Bajoran freighter. So let's get right to it. Have a magazine and the model. So put it aside and get to this. All right. So right off the bat, you'll notice the image there, which is kind of nice. It is considered Antares class, which is kind of odd considering Antares is an Earth name. It's in operation in the 24th century, considered a freighter, and is only 250 meters long. Turn the page, shows you how to mount the model to the stand as usual, and more spec information. Operated by the Bajorans in the 24th century, and it contains sublight and warp engines for its propulsion, and it has polaron beam weapons for its defensive capabilities. Turn the page, have a nice underside view of the vessel there, as well as some text. There it is there. And I also believe it appeared in the first appearance was in Ensign Row. That was the first time it appeared on the show. More about that and various other episodes it's been in. And the diagram page showing you where the components are. And here's a section on the many faces of this model, showing you various episodes and various guises this ship or this model has appeared in its varying modified forms. And here's a section what I call magazine filler, creating Deep Space Nine. This is quite an interesting and fun read here. A lot of information that is pretty widely available, so nothing really new there, but it's always nice to read a different take on it. And here it features some nice screen caps and more on that. And I guess specifically this one talks about how they wanted to put Ensign Row on the show, but ultimately it didn't go that direction because Michelle Forbes declined to be on Deep Space Nine as a regular, so hence the creation of Major Kira. And here's more on that. And finally, the on-screen appearance page. Its first appearance was in Ensign Row, and I believe it also appeared in A Man Alone. Also, it's appeared in probably a dozen other episodes of, again, the series. Especially Deep Space Nine, as sometimes they reuse stock footage of the station, and you'll see one of these ships always attached to the docking ring or the pylon. So yeah, that rounds up the magazine here, and next will be the Klingon D5 cruiser, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's it. So the back has a nice image there, and here's the model. Looking at it inside the box, it looks rather huge and feels like it has a little weight, so let me get it out of here and see what it has. Alright, and here is the model itself, and my initial impression of this is, this has a lot of panel lines and details. Wow, pretty nice. To be honest, I was not looking forward to this ship, and if I didn't get it in the collection, I probably wouldn't have missed it. But my personal interest aside, it's actually a really nice model. Very, very large. The windows obviously are painted on. They don't appear to have any misalignments, mostly because there aren't any molds, to put the windows in. Mostly it's metal, I think. That's plastic, and this is the metal part. Yeah, It's actually a really nice model, I will admit that. A lot of detail on this top section there, and definitely some detail down there. There are no Bajoran insignias or symbols or languages or language characters that I can see. But yes, it is again a very nice model. Personally, if you are cherry picking, I would avoid this. Just because, not because it's a bad model or it's a bad product. It's just not one of those ships that I personally would care about. If you love the Bajorans, by all means, get them all. Of course, I'm getting them all because I'm a completist. But the Bajorans ships just never really throwed me to the hill of beans. But yeah, it's actually a really nice model, and Eaglemoss did a good job this time. It looks like they spent a lot of time on this. You know, unfortunately for me, the interest is just not there, at least for this ship. And I think this makes about the third or fourth Bajoran ship in the collection. The fighter, the Impulse Raider, and now this. So actually 3. So yeah, that is the model, and you know, if you're interested, check it out, pick it up. Again, it's a nice model. I wouldn't pick it up if you're just getting Federation, Klingons, and the main races of Star Trek. And of course, the model and magazine, it comes with a stand as well that simply just says Bajoran Freighter at the bottom. Nothing too special there. And the stand fits in place like this, and the model just kind of, make sure the stand is in place, and the model just kind of clamps in place like that. Nice, sturdy, but being that this thing is huge in terms of its length, it might take up more space on your shelf than you hope for, so keep that in mind when you get this model. So yeah, that is issue 101, the Bajoran Freighter. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments about it, please drop it down in the comment section below. And until next time, live long and prosper.